Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, hello, how are my royalties? How are my lovelies? Hi, babies. Okay. This episode is going to be a dating nightmare political combination. Yes, it is. And I'm going to be doing more African American month stuff, a lot of Valentine's Day stuff because dating nightmares. And I might do another dating dream one soon. And I'm thinking about doing an episode. I need to do it really soon because Valentine's Day is going to be right around the corner. But I was trying to think of inexpensive ways where you could celebrate Valentine's Day, especially in this economy. And it's like, a lot of men always think that they think women think they have to spend a lot of money, and maybe some women expect that. I'm not that type of woman. And so if you're not that type of woman, it's like if you even want, or if you have to, like, okay, if you have to plan Valentine's Day, that's a hint, ladies. It's like if you won't put enough effort, but then at the same time, remember there's sweetest day too, and that's when the woman's supposed to plan it. So if you don't celebrate Sweetest Day, then it's like teamwork makes the dream work. Plan it together, whatever. But I'm gonna be giving some inexpensive ideas of what you guys can do to spend Valentine's Day together for the quality of the day so that you can spend time with the quality of person. Because some men like to throw out money to impress the lady and to get the lady and everything like that. And a lot of men are shocked when I say I don't want that. I want to know the man before I know his wallet. It's like I don't want what he has in it. Like I said, I'm working on my businesses. I'm working on being fully independent on my own, which a lot of these conservative men hate, and they say women can't do. But then it's like some of them hire nannies, some of them hire maids, some of them hire women to do certain things of their own, but then they act like women can't hire someone to shovel their driveway and to mow their lawns and to fix their plumbing and stuff like that. So it's just like there's people to hire for some of the things that you're not capable of doing or not able or not willing or not wanting to do. If you have the money to do it, to pay somebody, why not, And there's ways where you can save money. And I think over time, I'm going to talk about how my parents have taught me how to save money, and also while growing up and with it, like growing up with the development of the internet, different sites and different things that I have found that help me be able to be like in the situation and stuff. So, but yeah, it's another dating nightmare. Check out my Patreon. I have tons of receipts, tons of evidence. And yeah, a lot of the men do not like my dating standard of you must have investments. They say I'm stuck up. Oh my gosh, if you looked at the last episode, you saw one of the guys who called me stuck up. But I'm not stuck up. I want you to have yours so I don't have to worry about spending mine on yours because too many men have already done that. I'm tired of it. So many men have wanted my money and they want what I work for while telling me that they want me to obey and listen and do as they say. But they want my money too. They want my car too. They want my body too. Like they want everything I have to provide, and they give nothing. They give absolutely nothing back. Isn't that right, Mr. No Heart? Isn't that right, Mr. Lakake? Isn't that right, Sean and Scott and Tomas? And yeah, it's like, because Tomas, he didn't really, like, I mean, we only had like one official date. We talked on the phone, we had virtual dates, kind of, in a way. But yeah, he's a little different, but not different because he broke up with me because of my potential and what I'm working on. He was threatened by that. A lot of these men, especially a lot of these white men, are threatened by women like that are developing themselves and starting the businesses. And a lot of the Heritage Foundation followers would hate women like me They would try to tell me or force me to stay in my place. Well, baby, I'm in my place. It's like I don't want the quote unquote conservative. Like I would hate that. And it's really funny how parts of the Republican Party, they want to force a lifestyle on women, and they don't care. Like for some women that doesn't fit them, but they don't care. It's like men don't have to do it, but women do. That's not that. And then some of them think that'll fix the male loneliness crisis. It's called a lock and key. Like I would possibly, like, if I was forced, oh, like that man would hate me. I would make sure he hated me. And especially since they're trying to make like default divorce like illegal too. Oh, I would make sure he hated me. Like, you're gonna punish me, I'm gonna punish you. And I will hire somebody to get one of those really good doors with a lock on it. And yeah, I would possibly try to make sure we had a house where I would have my door, he would have his door, I would have my car, he would have his car. I would mind my business. Like, oh, like, yeah, you thought you were gonna, no, no, I'm not the one. I'm not the, I'm not the one. But since we're not in that situation now, and yes, I've stated in other videos that I am dating now and not single. So, and yeah, I'm happy with the person, but I'm just saying it's just kind of a what if they were trying to force it on me, because they're even like, I'm hearing more and more about the marriage camps. I'm going to have an episode on that, I think, maybe, possibly. But yeah, they're literally trying to have marriage camps, forcing women to get married. So, yeah, yeah. Mm. So, okay. And I say all of that, well, yeah, I keep saying, well, it's a domino effect. A lot of things affect another. And one of the things that affected what's going on in the White House is because of the loneliness epidemic. A lot of these men, like, some of the men are like, well, yeah, he's not that nice. I don't care about what he said. Like, no, you like what he says. Stop lying. A lot of, like, majority of the men who voted for him, they love how he treats women. They love, and also, it's like with what's going on with Epstein files now. Now Fox News is hiding it, or they're talking over it, or, oh well, he's not in it, even though his name's 4,000 times, and even though it's this and that, even though everybody that the Orange Man talks to is connected. And look at Joe Rogan, a lot of his guests, but that doesn't mean anything. It's just like blah 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 blah. Shut up. It's just at a point of, you voted for this. So, and some of the men in the messages on Patreon, they even admit that, yeah, they want more fascism. They love the fascist lifestyle. They want it to be worse for women. Some of their dating profiles even state it. Some of them don't want college educated women. They don't want this, like, they literally, the type of woman they want are Republican MAGA women. But then for some reason, those MAGA men write me. And then for some reason, when I go on certain dating apps like Bumble and Duo, yeah, I think it's called Duo, one conservative after another conservative, and then five more conservative. Why do you conservative men keep trying to match with Democrat liberal women? Look at the profile, read. You guys are just showing how, like, you guys really don't care who you are with. You don't care that the divorce rate is so high. You guys are the reason why the divorce rate is so high, because you guys don't care. You don't. That's how argument, like, and a lot of men are like, what do politics have to do with relationships? A lot. Because a lot of them might end up in divorce. And so that's why, like, I'm mentioning the forcing of marriage and just like there's so many things connected to it, but Heritage Foundation is trying to tell women that they need or have to get married by 30 and everything, and they have to have at least two or three babies, and oh, that they'll give them money if they get married at the camp, or if they have four or five kids plus, and if they have kids with their first marriage, that each of those children would get like a small investment amount to increase until they get of an adult age. And it's just so then if you divorce, you won't get the money anymore. So that will keep the couple forced to stay together. Even though, like, these young kids don't know who they are. That's one reason why we have so many divorces, especially for the conservative people who marry at a young age. And a lot of the people who marry at a young age, some of them stay together just because of the family, just because of religion. It would be ashamed or sad or embarrassing if they went to church and admitted that they were getting a divorce, blah 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 blah. No. And see, this is why I think we need to change the whole marriage thing. Maybe we should have marriage license that can expire. You can renew it, but it's like, especially if you're marrying really, really young, maybe get a 3-year deal. So this way, it's like at 3 years, if both of you are just kind of like, and then it comes with a prenup. So then, if you both decide this is not going to work out, or if one of you decides it's not going to work out, the prenup will make sure that the other person's taken care of, especially if she was a housewife. Baby, make sure that person gets paid what they're earned, because a lot of people don't appreciate the housewife. They don't. They don't appreciate the person that is at the house making sure the house is in order and clean and tidy, and that the kids are being taken care of and picked up and dropped off and taken to their after school activities and the concerts and rehearsals and everything like that. No. So that's just my idea, but because a lot of these like a lot of people are getting divorced and remarrying, and then some remarrying again. Remember that, Mr. No Heart? Yeah, and that's the reason why you won't get married again, or that's your excuse. But one of the reasons why you will never get married again is because you're an absolutely awful, terrible, despicable human being, in my opinion. Though I hope you find somebody, but after I dated you for 7 years, and after hearing about some of the things, like some of the stories with your ex wife, kind of did, like, even though she's a no good racist bigot, yeah, some things still didn't match up. But after seeing exactly how despicable and awful and how heartless you are, it makes sense why she cheated on you with the dishwasher at a bar. Yeah, it makes, like, I don't feel bad for you whatsoever now, because you are a terrible human being. Because even with the second child, she was having some health issues, and I think you said you left her at home to go to the bar. Like, you did something, and I remember when you said it, I kind of thanked Black Baby Jesus that you didn't want any more kids, and you kept calling them mistakes. Yeah, it's like I'm taught, like, he's not gonna listen to this episode, and I'm saying this in first person, like, because, like, to you and because some people who might be listening to this, they might, some of it might be echoing, like, hold up, that's my relationship. If this sounds like your relationship, you might, and you're not married yet, you might need to break that up real quick, because it's only gonna get worse. Trust me. I dated this awful, terrible, despicable man for 7 years, but that's in my opinion. That's all in my opinion. Because if this man will not go to the important things that matter to you the most, even if after you cry and beg, literally, And I'm talking about some of the most important, like I've already said this in episodes, so catch up, watch the episodes. But my mom passing away, he refused to go to the funeral. He refused to go to anything related to it. He's like, I'm gonna be the only white guy. You stupid, no good. I was the only. Yeah, watch that episode because he lives, or his family lives in Lake City, Michigan. He kept gaslighting me, telling me that I had to go visit his family. I had to go see his MAGA orange loving, like the orange man loving family. Yeah. And so, yeah, those white people stared at me like they wanted to turn me like strange fruit. That's exactly how they stared at me. And I know this for a fact because the oldest daughter ended up crying and saying, why are they staring at her like that? Why are they racist? Is this racism? I'm not used to this. And she was crying her little heart out. But no one else cared. I was the one. I had to be the person that was being stared at and facing racism, had to go console a white person and telling them that the racism, like I could get through the racism and that I deal with this often and it's okay, like whatever. Like no one else even cared. They actually told her to stop crying and whatever. It's like it's no big deal or that like they said a lot of crap. So yeah, go catch up where I'll talk about it in another episode. But a lot of the people that voted for this orange man, he keeps calling women stupid and dumb. He keeps saying that just the emotional ABUSC. And then he called one piggy. We have a bully in the White House, and a lot of you are cheering this on. A lot of you love this. But then some of you men are shocked and surprised when your women, your wives, your girlfriends, or the women you're cheating on your wife with, yes, said it, you're surprised that they're leaving you. Like, why are you surprised? You're cheering this on, like someone who has mocked the disabled and someone who on camera, he didn't know, I don't think he knew he was being recorded, but he said he can grab women by the kitty. He said he can grab them by the kitty because he's rich. And then it's like, okay, I'm not saying he's done certain things with in those Epstein like in my opinion, yeah, you don't want like I'm still read actually, yeah, I am like I'm doing some reading and ooh, I can't wait for the last of it. It's like I think all we're gonna get is just black paper for the last like I mean they're just gonna go like hopefully they learned how to actually transcribe next time, but yeah, we'll see. But anyway, he has emotionally ABUSC'd women and people with disabilities and have stated that he can grab women by the kitty because he's rich. And some of you guys still voted for him. You guys didn't care. But now you're seeing that some of your men are going to be acting just like him. They see him as a role model. And just like in marketing, just like with social media, a lot of you guys, a lot of the people you follow on YouTube kind of represents a little bit of you, or at least a lot of who you want to be, or just something of their essence is a representation of you. And like I don't want to compare it to TV, but it's like even like with TV, a lot of the things that you watch, it has like something in common with you. You can relate to it. But especially with what's going on right now, who you vote for kind of shows who you are in a way. And some people are going to disagree with me. I don't care. We'll disagree. We'll agree to disagree because A lot of the people that I know voted for him are bullies. Bullies voted for a bully. A lot of people who voted for this man are very selfish. Selfish people voted for a selfish man. A lot of these people who voted for him are highly competitive and threatened by people of color and black people. And a lot of them don't think that black people or people of color should be able to have leadership roles and like CEOs or doing anything of significance, just like the orange man. Yeah. So we kind of have to like look at this and yeah, it makes sense a lot. It makes a lot of sense because it's really crazy how a lot of these men keep saying that politics don't have anything to do with dating when it does. Because especially with who we ended up in the White House right now, after everything he has done and said, 34 counts against him. And then even with that Rittenhouse guy, it's like you guys were just like, oh no, Second Amendment, like, but now, yeah, with like, no, you guys keep switching it. You guys keep, and it's like, you know who I'm talking about when I say you guys, okay? Because, I mean, is this episode targeted to them? They'll probably never listen to it. So, like, just know my audience, I know, like, they should mostly be liberal, progressive, and stuff, but these are just things to think about while you are dating because you don't want to end up with someone like him. You don't want to end up who voted for someone like him because, in a way, like in a lot of ways, because, like, again, with marketing, with social media, who you watch, who you listen to mirrors. And like even with Fox quote unquote news, like the uneducated, idiotic, stupid, ignorant stuff that they post, it mirrors their demographic. Newsmax, oh my gosh, like it gets even worse with them. In my opinion, but we've got to look at the patterns and the demographics of people. Like, you need to, and this is why I said in that last episode, ask the political questions immediately. And I'm hearing that more people are saying this now, and I'm relieved and happy. But I've been saying this for a long time. I've been saying this for 2.5 years. It's like, but yeah, I'm not popular yet, so no one knows that I'm saying this. But yeah, we should have been. It's like, because I put my politics in my profile because I want men to know. I want men to know that who I will and who I will refuse to date. I've been bashed. I've been like the verbal harassment and trolling and threats I get. Who, baby? The amount of men who told me to eliminate myself. Are you that upset? Like, because I'm only one woman. Why are they so upset that one woman does not want to date them? Why are they that upset? Because a lot of these men, they're upset that I either invest my money or that I have higher education. But, oh yeah, okay. Black men. You should be happy when your woman has an education and has goals and dreams and like things like that. Our people used to not be allowed to do a lot of the things that we want to do now. There are accomplishments and things that we should be congratulated for, not put down, and not trying to be like just diminished. So can you stop? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, oh, and after you guys have pushed black women out, kind of like Serena and Venus Williams, yeah, the Williams sisters, and everything. Don't be mad when they date outside their race. Because it's really funny how much hate I'm getting. Like, because I got so much hate, like, and I got hardcore hate, especially in college, like with how light skinned I am and the things I like to do. Oh, that's white. That's an Oreo. That's white. That's what white people do, and blah blah blah. And getting older, and it's like starting to invest my money, starting hobbies, and oh, volunteering. I've had black men tell me only white people volunteer. Why would I want to waste my time and do what white people do? Ooh, okay, babies, okay. But these are the types of things, ladies, that you really need to ask questions about, and gentlemen too. If I have gentlemen, hi, hello, how are you, babies? It's like ask these questions to the ladies too. Show that you see a woman more than just her beauty, and if she smiles. Because see, that's another reason. It's like because just recently the orange man was upset and saying a woman was an idiot and unprofessional and blah blah blah, and that she doesn't smile. We are more than a pretty smile. We are more than just what we look like. We have brains and minds and intellect and thoughts and creativity as well. So when men tell us that they want us to quit our jobs, that they want us to just take care of the kids. Like, is that fair? Because sometimes I wonder if the parties were switched or if the genders were switched. How would these men feel if the women had the power? Or if their Bible had the Adam and Eve situation switched? Then what? I wonder. That would actually that would actually be an interesting story. I don't think I would write that. Yeah, I'm more urban fantasy type of girl. But there is a way where you can do it in an urban fantasy type of way. No, I might be thinking about that. So, anyway, you are your politics in some ways. You don't have to agree with everything within the party lines. That's never going to happen. There's always going to be a little bit of mixing and things of different topics and things. But if you voted for this orange man, that shows a lot about who you are. And it shows that you don't mind bigotry. You don't mind racism because of, oh, remember, it's like the reason why a lot of you voted for him is because he was going to get rid of DEI too. Yeah, and remember all of the hateful, awful things that he said about black people and people of color, eating cats and dogs, calling like one of the islands and everything like trash and things, calling Africa an s-hole country, and calling the Hispanic community a bunch of things like I can't even say. Yeah. Oh, and then what did he call the Somali people? Yeah. It's like he's put down. Oh, and then what did he call like COVID? Yeah, the Kung flu. Yeah. Yeah. He has put down almost every single community, and then while bringing over white Africans, and then saying falsehoods about what's going on in that, or twisting the truth. It's like the half truths. Yeah. Because what he has been saying about Africa is only technically true, but then he took out a lot of the feedback, a lot of the journalism, a lot of the truth, while trying to imprison journalists for telling the truth. See, he doesn't like the truth to be out there, and a lot of these MAGA men don't want the truth of who they really are to be out there. It's like, and they want to date, but they don't want the woman to. Mm, it's I don't know. It's really maybe I need to think about that a little bit more because how come so many conservative men keep trying to date me, keep trying to ask me out? Why is that? Let me know. Because I've guessed throughout the my series, but it's just mind blown, absolutely mind blown. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.